Welcome to Get Your Bell Rung, a pro wrestling podcast. I am your host, KG. With me tonight, we got a full house. I have WCW's very own Robbie Idol, who's also an author. He wrote a book called Looking Up at the Lights. I recommend getting this book. It is an excellent read. Also, we have Hall of Famer, WWE and WCW's the Cooker, Bob Cooke. Below me, as he should be, is the one of the best to have refs south of the Mississippi. Of course, I'm talking about George Strong. And our guest co-host tonight, wrestling manager, Dr. Red Tyler. What's going on, gentlemen?
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's happening?
What's up?
Wow, not everyone talk at once. I couldn't get you guys to shut up before we went on air. Now you guys are all quiet. What's going on here?
I know we all got nervous, KG.
Hey, just remind the guys to please subscribe to the podcast. Also, be looking for us to debut very, very soon on ECUSA. You can find that on Roku. Just go to Roku or Fire Stick, actually, whatever streaming device you use to stream things. And you go and search out, ECUSA, just like you would do HBO or Netflix or whatever else you watch. And it is a great, great app that you can watch. It has all kinds of wrestling stuff, podcasts, it has traveling stuff and cooking as well. So check that app out. Guys, this is the recap for Monday Night Raw. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When it first started, the segment, John Cena, it started off okay, but then all the chaos with the Judgment Day and everything that happened, and then Rey Mysterio came out, and then we had Sheamus come out. And when I looked at that tag team, I'm like, okay, this is not going to be very good. But I was wrong. It actually was a pretty damn good match. I got pretty invested in it. It was very entertaining. George, let's start with you, my friend. What did you think about the very first segment with John Cena? Which, by the way, this actually was John Cena's last Raw. Apparently, I was a dumbass, and I thought last week was his last appearance on Raw in Boston. I swore that's what it said, but I was wrong.
Just last night.
Last night was his last night, yes. But I thought the week previous in Boston was his last night, but I was obviously wrong about that. Look, I can't be both good looking and right all the time. Every now and then I have to be home. So, George, what were your thoughts, my man?
So I enjoyed it. I didn't expect Dom to interrupt the segment, but I expect him to come out. But I didn't, repeat of last week. But it led to a good match. If I would have pulled the trigger on the fantasy booking and the Edge rumors were true, that would have been the time to bring him back. Just do that little one last hurrah. But why not have one of the guys that debuted on SmackDown while John Cena was there and one of his fiercest enemies? So they took on the Judgment Day. I liked it. Like, everything worked out.
Yeah, yep. Dr. Red.
Yes.
What was your thoughts and opinion on this very first segment?
Well, with John Cena starting the show, I actually expected him to get attacked. I didn't know who it was going to be, and then they sent out Dominic Mysterio. I think it was a good choice, and of course, the Judgment Day went out there to try to finish the job, and then out came, Sheamus and Rey Mysterio to save the day. So. Not a terrible surprise. Sometimes I think J.D. McDonough doesn't get enough kudos, because I like J.D. McDonough, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely very talented. Now, the big takeaway, besides the chaos that happened, was Dirty Dom. He's the one that went out there originally. He wants a rematch. And at first, it kind of let us believe that we were going to see this week. But Dirty Dom's like, nope, I want it at Survivor Series. Cooker, did you like this segment? And is this a match that you're just clamoring to see? To me, it's almost kind of predictable. You know that Cena's going to have to drop that title. There's no way they're going to let him retire with the IC title. So, what are your thoughts?
No, I thought it was a good segment. I thought it was a really good match, and I'm not a fan of particularly any of them, but I think it helped the fact that they were in a sold out. Yes, big, huge crowd, 18,000 plus that got, and that helped. They were all into it. They were heavily into John Cena. And I just thought it was a really good segment, and I'm looking forward to seeing Dom against John at Survivor Series because that's the big stage again. It's not just a Raw, and as Dominic says, it's going to be probably in an area that he'll get a lot of cheers because it's in California, right? Or is it in California? Where is it? I don't know. Yeah. What am I speaking out of turn?
San Diego.
Yep.
And there's going to be like 40,000 people there.
Yeah.
Probably most of them could use a visit from ICE, but we won't go there. Did I go there? Beep that part out. I get death threats. I feel like that one woman. I don't need no death threats.
Yeah. Robbie, what were your thoughts on this segment, my man?
Well, when it started off and I saw Cena and he was starting to talk, I was like, here we go again with the 45-minute thing. And I was like contemplating fast forwarding, but I hung in there, and thank God for the Judgment Day coming out and everything. I actually liked it. It actually was, they got to the point. They didn't take a long time. Everything, it kind of flowed, and it just flowed and stuff like that. So it was good. Match was good. Everything. I liked it. It actually started the show off well.
Right. Yep. I agree with that. Like I said, at first, matter of fact, I think I even posted on social media that I was ready to go to sleep at first, just because the team of Cena and Mysterio and Sheamus, it kind of looked like the Odyssey in a way to me. And I'm like, oh man, we're not starting off very good. But again, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was glad I was wrong about that. Next, we have.
Can I jump in real quick? One more thing. I hope Cena ate that up, because Boston boy getting his shirt as blood as he got, and his last Raw in New York, being from his hometown, being from Boston. I hope he soaked that in, because the New Yorkers, me being from New York, and I would have been there, I probably would have booed him. Just, you're born with that dislike for Boston and vice versa.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was surprised that he got the pop that he did. I thought that he was going to get booed, being that it was in New York. But being that this was his last Raw, I think the fans really wanted to respect and pay homage to him by giving him those cheers. Because I think if it would have been any other Raw with a John Cena on it in New York, I think he would have gotten booed, to be honest with you.
Right.
Next, we go to the backstage segment. Eric, Andre, and Ashley Cooke. The footage was shown during the commercial break, and it was shown that there were some unknown men fighting Judgment Day backstage. Who are those unknown men? Don't know. Now, I'll be honest. I somehow missed this part. Were you guys able to catch that part of these unknown men attacking Judgment Day? No,
I don't know.
So they must not show.
I didn't see it. I saw the segment where they were fighting with the New York Giants, like the football players and the comedian, but I didn't see anything backstage.
Yeah, I didn't see anything backstage. I just saw the stuff they did in the beginning, or well, at the end of that match with the football players and that comedian.
Right.
Comedian.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing then, because when I found this in my research that I was doing, I guess maybe it was only shown to the live audience because it specifically said commercial break footage. So I'm guessing that was just the footage during the commercial break. Next we go to the Nikki Bella attack Stephanie Vaquera. Jackie Redmond also tried to interview Vaquera, but Nikki Bella returned, of course, as that heel and ambushed Vaquera on the wrap, then challenged her for the Women's World Championship. This was no surprise. Red, start with you. Is this a match that you are just dying to see so badly because you don't know what's going to happen? Will Stephanie Vaquera actually be able to retain her title against Bella?
That's Nikki Bella. I think it really kind of depends on where Nikki Bella is in her career. Do they want to put a strap on? I think Stephanie Vaquera is on the climb right now. Unless they want to, unless Nikki gets it for a short period of time and Stephanie takes it back and quickly makes her a 2-time champion. I right now I think Stephanie Vaquera holds on to the title. That's just my call because she's on the climb right now.
Yep, that's where I'm at. I don't think there's a chance in hell they're putting that belt onto Bella. What about you, Robbie?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see it. I mean, hopefully it'll be a real good match. I don't know that, if you did, I think if they did take it off of her, it's just to give them a few bit and want it back again. But I really don't see taking it off. The only way, but you could, but I don't know that they're going to bring her if she comes back. I could see it happening, and it'd be a surprise at the pay-per-view then that her sister shows up at the pay-per-view and interferes somehow, and Nikki gets it.
Yeah.
Bella.
Yep. So Robbie, by the way, I'm going to take the name Robbie out of the way and put Stephen Hawkins because that's what you sound like right now. Your internet's giving you terrible problems right now. Yeah, you sound like Hawkins
again.
Right now.
Okay, well,
yep, it is. So
okay,
just like we'll figure it out.
All
we'll
right,
figure it out. We'll figure it out next podcast.
All right.
So Cooker, are you even looking forward to this match? Look, since Nikki Bella has returned, she hasn't had the greatest matches. She hasn't. Being that she's going to be in the ring with Stephanie, though, do you think this is even going to be a really good match with her, with Nikki Bella?
Well, I thought Nikki had a real good match a couple weeks ago with that. I don't remember the girl's name. She lost, but that doesn't matter. It was still a good match. And me, as the king of superficial, I'm looking forward to the match because Nikki Bella's hot and she always dresses to the point. That out. And I appreciate that as an old man.
You're that old man.
Yes,
Mr. Strong, man, what about you? Is this something you even want to see?
Nope. Simple as that. Nope. I've been anti-Nikki since they brought her back. I understand she's got stuff to take care of. I understand the business is the business.
That hurt.
And no, I told you from day one, I don't mind looking at her all day. Like I got old Monday Night Raw pictures of seeing the Bella Twins when I was ringside at Monday Night Raw. I didn't throw those away. And it was probably about 10 years ago. But as far as this match, I wish there was more they could do with Stephanie. I mean, she is on the rise. They're trying to have that baby face rise and, finally lose the belt to somebody that probably, would mean something to beat her. Nikki Bella is not that person. She can be eye candy all day, but when it comes to getting a belt at this point, it would be shock value.
Yeah, let's just be honest. Mr. George Strong, he doesn't dream about Nikki Bella. What he dreams about is Nia Jax. So
hate all you want. She's a beautiful woman. She has a lot of women, more than any of us could probably handle without being a team. But
well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't want to handle her. So I don't care how much a woman she is. I don't want nothing to do
Bob
with
on that one.
In your attempt to poke fun, you're sadly misspoken. I dream more about Stephanie Vaquera than Nia Jax.
Give me Jade Cargill, Sol Ruka.
Yes.
Oh, the list goes on and on.
Yeah,
But not Nia Jax. She's not even in the top 1 million.
Nia Jax doesn't crack my top 10 because I watch NXT as well. So
watching NXT actually.
Oh, it's right. It's on right now. I never watch it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't poo-poo NXT. Those guys are on the rise. They're trying to get up to Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah, we'll see once they get there if they're able to do anything. That's my problem. A lot of the people they bring from NXT, man, for a while, they just kind of waste them, in my opinion.
That's how it's been lately, But when Vince was running it was. If he didn't like him, he didn't really do anything with him. With Triple H, it's a whole nother thing. You're just like, man, you were just building some of these talents, and now you're like slow cooking them on the main roster and making people forget about them.
NXT's in New York City tonight. They've packed it in. They've got a decent crowd out there.
Right.
Tonight.
Well, it's just that small part of the garden under the garden. May have 3,000 at the most.
Yeah.
NXT does better with small venues than main roster shows. So hey,
Joe Hendry and Thea Hale
Oh
versus All Ego Ethan Page. And
Do not
Chelsea
bring Joe
Green.
Hendry into this
I
mix.
hate
Don't
Joe
even mention this name on the podcast. All right. Joe Hendry should have on an orange apron working at goddamn Home Depot, in my opinion.
As soon as you said Joe Hendry, KG, he just changed the channel. As soon as you said that, he was like, nope.
I don't get the gimmick. I don't get the
That's an
character. I don't get the
immediate
appeal.
The two worst characters, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that they're not good in the ring, right? Don't misunderstand me. But Joe Hendry and Mr. Iguana, I will change my channel every single time.
Mr. Iguana.
Yeah, but you're not a lucha libre guy, and I'm not saying I'm super lucha, but I mean they got their style of wrestling. His gimmick is just crazy. It's nothing to do with his wrestling ability.
But I actually, it's funny. I actually like it. It's funny, and the dude can work. So actually, both of them can work.
We just want the entertainment. We don't need him to be like a major champion.
We've discussed this though, as far as for my enjoyment of wrestling that I enjoy.
Right.
I don't like the cheese. I don't like the over extreme type characters. But that's just me. And like I always say, professional wrestling is not booked around KG Landry, right? Nor should it be. There's people who love them. So I'm not saying they shouldn't be on television. I'm saying for myself, not a fan whatsoever. And it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
No,
they would away.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you appreciate
They both can work, though.
Do you appreciate humor in wrestling? Or do you take
certain type of humor? I am more of that kind of risque adult type of humor. Just the goofy shit is not what I like. Like, for instance, Chelsea Green is one hell of a talent, right? She was one hell of a wrestler. She is. But when she was on Lucha Underground, she was the shit. She's so talented. The character she betrays on WWE, I cannot stand, because it's that goofy, cheesy comedy. And again, I'm only speaking for myself. That's just me. Other people enjoy it, and other people have the right to be able to have what they enjoy on professional wrestling. It's not just about me, but if we're talking about it, I'm going to be honest about it.
R-Truth.
I like what R-Truth does. He actually makes me laugh. The best thing R-Truth did, as far as comedy goes, is when he told, I can't remember who he's talking to, but he said, "You're the reason why they have directions on toothpaste." That was just gold to me. Absolutely gold. Absolutely love that.
Do they have directions on toothpaste?
Which end to squeeze it? I don't know.
All right.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I could think of somebody that could teach that too.
Next, we go to the Kabuki Warriors and Bailey backstage. Asuka and Kairi Sane invited Bailey to join their WarGames team. She declined. So I'm a little confused about the WarGames. Are we just having one main WarGames match, or are they going to have multiple?
No, there's always a men's and a women's, and
Well,
I don't know what
they're. Right. I know the men's and women, but what I'm saying is, are we going to have like a mid-card WarGames? Because with Asuka and Kairi, go ahead.
No, I know what you're talking about, because I was about to say on SmackDown, it's like they're setting up another match with the MFTs and Sami Zayn, which I think, and this is just me because I haven't been able to really, really keep up with it, I think they're actually going to do a Survivor Series match on Survivor Series. Go figure.
From what I understand, it's actually going to take place So from what I understand, it's actually going to take place on SmackDown.
That's fine. That's better than it not being on Survivor Series at all, like anywhere near it. You know what I'm saying? Like the NXT TNA thing. Like they did Survivor Series matches on a random, show rather than the weekend of Survivor Series.
Right. Well, that leads me to my question for everyone. Starting with you, Bob.
What?
For Survivor Series, do you prefer WarGames or do you prefer the classic Survivor Series match that they used to have?
I prefer the War Games now simply because the Ozzy Osbourne song is awesome for the beginning. And that's when they started using that. Fantastic.
Right. What about you, Robbie?
I prefer the War Games.
Yeah, agreed. Red, what about you?
War Games is good for me too. Actually, you got to move with the times a little bit,
Right.
Otherwise, you stay back in old school, which I guess isn't bad, but
But this is my question. Why couldn't they do it? Why couldn't they have both? Right? You have so much talent in WWE that they're not going to even use during Survivor Series.
a lot of wrestlers.
Right. Why couldn't you have both War Games and Survivor Series?
I said the
No, it's
same
just
thing.
the actual match.
Time constraints. Michael would complain if it went more than 3.5 hours.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to comment here in a second too. So next we go to the Last Time Is Now tournament. This is the biggest complaint that I have about Raw last night because they pulled the same shit, in my opinion. I'm just talking about my opinion that you did for SmackDown. Big surprise. SmackDown, we seen it was freaking goddamn Zach, whatever his name is.
That
Ryder. Last night, we hear to save the world. And I'm like, no, you cannot save the world because I just don't like you. I was glad when he went to TNA. As my wife calls him Dolphin Ziggler. Were you guys, starting with you, Red, were you super happy to see that the big surprise was Dolph Ziggler?
Was I surprised? I don't know if I was surprised. It was, I think they knew that he would get a big pop, and he did. But unless he's there to stay, like him up against Solo Sikoa, right? It kind of went as I expected. I didn't think that Sikoa would take a pin, and he didn't.
And that's exactly my problem. You just said what I've been bitching about is exactly my problem. You know Dolph Ziggler's not there. This was a one-off, just like it was with Zack Ryder. It gives the match away. I don't want these matches given away. Bob Cooke, did you jump up and down, clap for joy when you seen it was Dolph Ziggler?
Well, I can't jump up and down, but if I could have, I would have. No, I've always liked Dolph Ziggler. He's a great worker. And personally, I'm not a fan of Solo. He seems to have given up as he's getting fatter and fatter. Who's his father? Rikishi or something? I don't know. One of those guys.
Something like that.
Rikishi's an asshole anyways. But so he's getting fatter and fatter. So he clearly doesn't care anymore because he's out of the picture of the main frame with Roman and all them. So I think it would have been better, again, to you saying they gave away the match. They should have just let Dolph win. People would have went ape crazy because they went crazy when he came out. No one cared that Solo won. I mean, again, the whole crowd probably thought the same thing. Oh, he's going to win. Why not shake it up? Wouldn't have hurt nobody.
Look, if Dolph would have won that match, my attitude about that match tonight on this podcast would be so different because I would be, holy shit, yes, they swerved me. They surprised me. Dolph is going to be there for some type of a run. I would have been okay with it at that point. But because I knew that it wasn't going to go that way, again, this type of tournament, when you have tournaments, as far as I'm concerned, regardless if it's for a belt, a number one contendership, or especially to face John Cena, whatever surprise you're bringing in, I want it to be a guy that is re-signed with the company. That way, I don't know who's going to win. I want to be surprised. Robbie, do you understand where I'm coming from? And what do you think about this whole Dolph Ziggler thing?
Same. As soon as he came out, you knew Solo was going over. You know, I mean, they gave Dolph some, spots and, try to like make you think, are we going that route? But you knew where they were going. So like all these big surprises, it isn't like it's anybody special that's coming in. I mean, and I like Dolph, and he's a good, like Bob said, he's a good worker and everything, but you just knew, there's some stuff that's just predictable.
Right. I'm not a Dolph Ziggler fan, but I do agree he's one hell of a worker. And the match wasn't bad by any means. I just knew it was going to happen. I think the reason why I don't like Dolph Ziggler is I can't get him out of my mind as being part of the Spirit Squad. And I just hated the Spirit Squad.
Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair.
George, your thoughts, man.
But Dolph had sex with Sunny before she porked out, so he's not all bad. And that's a known fact. I'm not telling anything out of school there.
So you're trying to say it's Eskimo Brothers with JR. That's disturbing.
I don't think JR had sex with Sunny, did he?
He did.
It was Missy Hyatt. She offered
Missy
it.
Hyatt? Thank you for correcting me. Missy Hyatt did.
Yeah. But not when Missy Hyatt would have been acceptable to have sex with.
Missy Hyatt, Sunny, they're kind of the same woman.
Not really.
No,
not when they were in their heydays.
Yeah, not now.
No, Sunny's like 400 pounds now. So.
As I said, I don't know. I take Missy Hyatt nowadays anyway. I almost met her. I couldn't make the show I was on.
I met Missy Hyatt. I met Missy Hyatt in Vegas. And she's nice and all, but whatever. I just know that I will definitely not have her on this podcast now after I just said her and Sunny were the same person. So there's no chance of that.
Well, they did do that nude site together
nothing.
years ago.
Right. Go ahead, George.
So I was not particularly disturbed by Dolph Ziggler being on there. I was happy he came back. I wasn't, oh my God, Solo's gonna win. No, I didn't care because the mystery opponents weren't gonna win anyway. Like there were no real, because once they had Zack Ryder on Friday, it was like, well, it's got to be somebody else from TNA on Monday, and all they're using is ex-WWE guys and girls on everything. So it's like, I don't care that Solo's one of the youngest guys in the John Cena tournament, and he beat John Cena at a pay-per-view. So it's like he's got a good chance to win the whole thing too. But regardless, Dolph Ziggler being there just gives you more interest because they did say on the preview, hey, it might be somebody that's not in WWE. So they have a resource right now that they have a partnership with. They could just pull people. It could have been somebody from Japan nobody ever heard of because they have a partnership with Noah. And if they got a pop in New York, it's because the New York wrestling fans knew who it was and then give Solo a great match and loses. So it could have went anywhere.
Do you know something?
I know. Go ahead.
There's over 8 billion people harboring on this planet, this magical orb in space. And I bet you there's not one of them, even as a collective too, having a conversation going, I hope Solo wins that tournament and John Cena's last matches with him. Not one person out of 8 billion is saying that. Maybe Red, but he says a lot of stuff he doesn't mean.
But this is the thing. Is there anyone on this panel right now who doesn't believe that it's going to be Gunther as John Cena's last opponent? Come on.
Only because you heard it was. It would be nice if it wasn't. But only because you heard it was, it probably will be. Because they don't tend to once in a while they swerve you. They go, I heard it was going to be this guy. Oh, no, it's this guy.
I kind of felt like it was once they put him in the tournament, but I'm still not really sure. They could go.
It was going to be Robbie Idol, but he'd have to head to the ring now to get there in time.
Why?
Robbie, you're going to take that from you. Look, I'm not trying to stir drama over here, but you're going to take that from Bob Cook.
I feel a feud brewing here.
Well, let's. Hey, the only person running on less fumes to get to the ring, not me, is Bob. So I'll let him have that one. Okay?
That's true. It's
running
true.
on French fries and ketchup.
It's true.
Oh, we go backstage again with Bliss and Flair. Alexa Bliss called out Charlotte. A massive WarGames related brawl broke out. involved the Kabuki Warriors, the Nia Jax, Legend, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. And then Charlotte did her thing. I don't even know why they're going through all this with Charlotte to make it look like she's not going to be on their team, because you know damn well that she's going to be there. Cooke, besides like seeing women fight and boobies and ass everywhere, what do you think about this?
Well, at first I thought that's what you predicted, but I despise the entrance music for run-ins. It's so contrived, and I don't know what the hell Charlotte Flair is thinking. Did she actually look in the mirror, a full-length mirror, before she went out and went, "Yes, this is a good look"? Looked like she was a rodeo clown or something with those pants on. Holy
First
crap.
thing I thought was that she got a hold of some of Macho Man Randy Savage's ring gear, and she cut them up and sewed them together.
Or she's like, Seth Rollins isn't here. I'll be the dumbest looking dressed person for the week.
I have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who's going to pull the screw job on who? Is Alexa Bliss going to dump Charlotte Flair, or is Charlotte Flair going to dump Alexa Bliss?
I don't think.
Go back.
I don't think there's going to be a screw job in a women's match anywhere, just because the big screw job is going to happen in the men's match. That's what
I say. What's the point of having the women if they're in a screw job? Oh, he went there. He went there.
French fries and ketchup.
For the record, I don't particularly like ketchup with French fries, especially McDonald's French fries. I just like the fry.
I gotta have ketchup, man.
Whatever works for you.
But yeah, I think the big screw job is going to happen during the men's match. Therefore, I don't think that they're going to have a WarGames match where both matches is going to have a big screw job.
Well, who's going to screw who in the WarGames?
I am thinking that it's going to be either two scenarios. Either Jey Uso is going to turn, or we're going to have both Roman and Jey Uso turn and screw their team.
Well, how about the Usos turn, because they're brothers? I mean, all this ridiculous.
That's not going to happen because Big Jim. I don't foresee them turning him heel. I just don't. I think it's going to be Roman, because Jim is the one that's been trying to talk Jay into a better attitude and having people's backs, and it's been Jay that's like, fuck everybody. It's all about myself. And the way they've been kind of pushing Jay, he kind of looks like an asshole right now. And I just think that it's going to be him and Roman. I think they're going to turn. I do. Again,
why would you do that? Roman's ovaries. I mean, you don't want to mess with the company's not exactly floating on air right now.
I'll tell you why they're going to do it, because the powers that be, as ESPN, they want surprises, because these dumb folks don't know anything about wrestling, and WWE is going to hand them a big surprise, which would be something like a Roman turn.
Again, that's not going to make business go down, though. I think. But what do I know?
They made Cena a heel for a while. Now he came back because he's really at the end of his run. So, but I was going to turn it on something else. What about Cody Rhodes, the heel?
That I wish that's what I want to see happen, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Why? Cody Rhodes is such a good heel, but they're not going to turn him. He's too much of the corporate kiss ass. That's exactly who they want with the belt. And
I like Cody. I just think Cody's kind of boring.
He is. I agree. He's cheesy. Gerald, you're shaking your head. George, not Gerald. George, you're shaking your head. Then
no, they can't. They cannot hate him. He cannot go. He can't. Let the fans hate him. It happened with somebody else. It happened with Roman. It happened with John Cena. Let it happen to Cody. Just let the fans just not like it and just keep him the way he is. You got too many other people you got to worry about.
But the fans love him, though. They're not even to the point of not liking him yet. They're not at AEW's point where they were booing the shit out of him. But
why is he considered a corporate kiss ass? Because he does what they ask, it doesn't cause trouble, or something like behind the scenes? You just mean in the eyes of the storylines,
right? In the eyes of storylines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't see him dumping anybody on their head and then everybody yelling, "Why, Cody? Why?"
Yep. And not to mention, and you just brought up a good point, Tyler. I think that they keep Cody as a baby face, and I think if they did it right, they can make up for the horrible job they did with a Cena heel turn by making Cody heel at the right point and truly having a reaction that they should have, instead of people being like, whatever about John Cena's heel turn.
Cody, you were the face of the company, and why did you do this, Cody?
Yeah.
But then it would be that same boring spiel afterwards. I did it because of this and that. You're like, oh, geez, same reason everybody else did it.
It's not going to be creative regardless. Like, even if they do it at the right time. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the John Cena heel turn was the most interesting thing on that story. After that, The Rock didn't do anything. Travis Scott was a waste of time because every celebrity can't do the wrestling thing. And then you got John Cena out there by himself trying to put over this I'm going to ruin wrestling thing, and nobody's behind it. Everybody's still cheering him. And he kept doing the same thing every match. It's like creative had nothing. And John Cena's not the type of guy to say, hey, let's do this. He's the type of guy that's like, all right, I guess we'll do this. And it just stayed that way. And then they did the Cody thing for
I really don't think John Cena liked being a heel. Truthfully, I think he didn't like going out there and getting booed.
I wouldn't like being a heel either if you don't have a good creative.
Yeah, but
like, what am I doing here? I'm just going to keep cheating every match.
He's an actor, freaking act, for God's sakes. To me, I thought the actual heel turn as it was and as it happened was fantastic. The crowd reaction alone was amazing. Some of the best stuff in years. But from there, it went all the way down the crapper. When a Hulk turned heel, did he come out as the same Hulk Hogan? No, he did not. Totally different character, totally different look, totally different attitude. John Cena just came out as the whiny, dressed the same, stupid clown, tennis shoes and
jorts.
Right, and that was part of my problem. But I'm going to disagree with you about the crowd, Bob.
Jorts,
because this happened in Canada, right? Canada can be a very rowdy crowd, and the fact that we didn't see them reacting in a way that was almost, Hulk Hogan turn. How the fans were throwing shit.
Well, it's different though. People believed more in that era. Now they know it's a work, but they still reacted because they didn't expect. I mean, people
when he
shocked looking at it, oh my God, he turned heel.
But the fact that I don't know. The fans did react, but to me, they didn't react enough, and I blame that on how they did it. Robbie, what is your thoughts on all this, man?
I think you should go back and watch it again. You have a short-term memory loss here.
I could see somebody changing somebody, and it's probably going to be Jay or whichever the one. I get them both saying to me that one just eats and the other one doesn't. So I don't know about Roman. I don't know that the flip Roman.
Yeah,
but I can see changing one of the Usos over.
I predict.
Go ahead.
I predict a good match with the baby faces, hands raised at the end, and we go off the air. And the only one complaining is KG because she said, "Damn it, I was expecting a turn. No turn, no turn." And then, of course, Michael's home going, "I have 4 hours into this show. What am I going to do when it's over? Watch something else?" Well, that's what most people do.
Next was the best part of Raw, in my opinion. And of course, I am talking about the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Maxxine Dupri, she defeated Becky Lynch. And all because AJ Lee, of course, returned, distracting Lynch, giving Maxxine that win. Now, this is what I'm wondering. Are they going to let Maxxine keep that title, or will she just be a transitional champion, hold that title for Becky Lynch to take it right back? Start with you, Dr. Red.
I don't know. How's that for me?
Well, let me interrupt you real quick. I think you're the first guy on this panel full of armchair coaching or wrestling people that's ever said, "I don't know." We always have opinions.
It's a crapshoot. I think Maxxine Dupri is a transitional champion right now. I think she's still kind of green. She's in the face of a veteran heel like Becky Lynch. unless Becky Lynch needs a break. I don't know. Right now, I can't see Maxxine Dupri being a champion for a really long time. I just don't. Like I said, unless Charlotte Flair, dumps Alexa Bliss and goes after Maxxine Dupri. I mean, there's lots of things they can do. Also, they can also bring up any female from NXT that they want to. Right now, I don't see Maxxine Dupri as a longtime champion. Do any of you?
No, I actually don't. What about you, Robbie?
I'm happy for her. It's just like,
No, I don't see her being a longtime champion, but I think from when she started to now, she's improved, 100%. And I mean, the match was very entertaining. The match was very entertaining. She, like some of the reversal stuff to go back to the ankle lock and stuff. I was impressed the way they pulled it off and stuff like that. You wonder, and we're going to go out there. So your thoughts on this. So now I get to ask a question. So now bringing AJ Lee that he came out, and you have Becky. Do you think those are the fifth people going to the women's war game? Having AJ go in with Alexa and Rhea and them, and Becky going over on the other side. So what are your thoughts on that? Because they need one more person.
I agree.
Yeah, possibly. Look, so do they need one more person even if Charlotte's in on their team? They do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, the 4 and 4. It's 4 and 4.
Yep. That's
Io
fine.
Sky.
So I do think that EJ Lee will probably want to be in War Games. But we'll see. I don't know. Cooker. But you know what? I have a question about what you said. Has Maxxine Dupri really improved that much? Or did they have her purposely wrestling the way she had been wrestling so for storylines so that, because look, she was basically the one that was always taking the pins, right? So has she always been this good and they didn't allow her to show us how good she was? Or has she really improved? Bob, what is your thoughts, man?
That's a lot of it.
Yes.
That's a lot of it. They wait a minute now. No, that's a lot of it. They're allowing her to do more now. So you're seeing what she can do, whereas before she wasn't allowed to do as much. So you didn't see what she could do. I didn't think last night's match was as good as the match she had with Becky a couple of weeks ago.
I agree.
It was still okay, but wasn't as good. And I don't think it's going to go back to Becky to the title. I think it's just opening up the door to Maxxine lose it to someone else, and Becky's going to insert herself back into the main picture with the women's championship, whoever they are. I can't even keep track of this stuff. They got 2 women's champions, right?
Yep.
Oh, like Steph, is it Tiffany? And then no, it's Jade. And that Stephanie kid.
Yep. George.
But then again, I could be right, so who knows?
Yep. So without AJ on War Games right now, we have Charlotte, we have Rhea, we have Io Sky,
Asuka.
No, on the good.
You got
and Alexa
Bliss. Legend, and you got the Kabuki. Then you got Alexa Bliss and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, and eventually Charlotte Flair. So you do have one on each side.
Right.
Open.
So then AJ Lee will be that fifth person then. So yeah, she'll definitely be in the War Games. George, what do you think about this match? And do you think she's going to be a transitional champion?
I do not think she's going to be a transitional champion because that is the women's mid-card belt. There's no reason for her to be super long-term, but I don't think she's going to be transitional. What's
That's
the short-term? 2.5 months, 3 months? How long did Jay have the belt, even though he was a main event guy? But it's like, that's probably what I see Maxxine Dupri doing, having the belt for maybe a couple of months and then just losing it to somebody else, like Bob said. Like, I immediately think of what's the name? Chad Gable's team, American Made. I think of Ivy Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Soul come up on the main roster. Like there's a couple of women that could take the belt from her, be a new face like Stephanie Vaquer was. So
Megan Bain.
Yeah, wrong company, Bob.
Yeah, but she could leave. Come on. Tell Tony Khan you don't want to play no more and come back to the WWE. Enough of this tomfoolery.
Bring up JC Jane.
Next
Yeah, that's
week,
what I'm saying.
Go
There's
ahead.
plenty of trans. I'm sorry. There's plenty of NXT talent they could call up, or women that could jump from SmackDown to Raw to take the belt from her. But I mean, they've got options instead of keeping her with the belt a long time or giving it back to Becky.
Yep. Our co-host Michael says this was a surprise of the night for me. Did not expect a victory of Maxxine. Oh, I absolutely did. I knew that she was going to win.
I called it last week, by the way.
Come on, Mike. You got to watch the product, brother. We saw it coming.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next, we go to a match that I disagree with everybody about. Gunther versus Javon Evans.
Have we lost our
Everyone has been saying this was Javon Evans' best match, and I'm saying, are you drunk? I think that he looked sloppy last night. I don't think that this was his best match whatsoever. I think he's had so many more better matches than this. But this one didn't make sense to me. We have Gunther, who is in a match against Javon Evans, a guy who was in developmental, right? And we're not talking about how talented he is. I'm talking about story-wise. Javon Evans, NXT, developmental, and Gunther had a problem beating him the way he did. You talk about a man who beat Goldberg, a man who's dropped so many men in squash matches who are big-name guys, but yet a rookie, an NXT guy, a guy who is not on Raw because he's not ready to be on the main event. They want me to believe that Gunther should have had that many issues beating Javon Evans to the point that Javon pretty much ran that match. It wasn't a bad match, but I didn't like how they booked that match or how they did that match. And that's just me. Robbie, starting with you, man. Agree, disagree? What you think about the match?
I liked the match. I mean, yeah, he showcased it. I was surprised that Gunther gave him as much as he gave him. What my hope was seeing the matchup, and you knew Gunther was going over. But I thought to myself, how cool would this be if they put Evans over Gunther? That would be one of those big surprises. I mean, because the kid has talent. I actually thought he did really well. I didn't think he looked sloppy. I thought he looked really good. I was surprised that Gunther gave him as much as he did. And my thought was, Gunther's going over, but how cool would it be if you put this kid over and just shake things up a little bit?
Let me explain something. The reason why I said he looks sloppy.
Jet propelled Javon Evans into like big time Raw to get a win over Gunther.
Look,
it was a good match. He did well.
But look, this is the thing, and this is why I said the match on his end was sloppy, because I am a fan of Javon Evans. I've seen how damn good he is in the ring. I've watched him in the ring at NXT. And comparing his normal matches in NXT to this match last night, absolutely, I thought that he looked sloppy. And again, I'm not comparing him to anybody else but himself.
Right.
He has that bar that he's raised himself because of how good he is. This was not one of those matches where I thought that he reached the bar that he has raised as far as his matches go. George, agree, disagree?
I actually agree with you. And I get what you're saying, because I mean, I'm watching NXT now. He's having a tag team championship match on NXT. But like, watching most of his matches on NXT, that was not one of his best. But I'm not gonna say it was a worse either. But yeah, I see some parts where he didn't look up to his normal par. But at the same time, him and Gunther, that's like unless they wrestled on the Indies, that's their first time wrestling each other. And I could see Gunther calling the match and stuff like that. And they were throwing stuff back to each other. You could, on the wrestling aspect, you could see it. But again, like I'm in agreement that it was a good match. It wasn't his best match, but it was a good match. So I'm just happy he got to be showcased on Raw, because he's been on SmackDown almost every time he's had a main roster match. I don't think he's been on. That was his first time on Raw. And I'm also glad Gunther got his old music back. It gives him a little bit more of that feel like he's gonna kill somebody.
Right.
I liked it all. I liked it all on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
and look, in no way am I saying that it was a bad match. I'm just saying compared to what I'm used to seeing from Javon Evans. He looked sloppy to me last night. There was things that I was like, wow. But again, that's just me. If you guys were judging Javon Evans just on that match last night, start with you, Cooker, would you say, yes, he's ready to be brought up on the main roster? Would you sign him for the main roster right now based upon just that match?
See, my thing is I don't watch NXT, so I can't compare. I thought it was a great match, and in my opinion, shut up, I'm speaking.
I can't hear Bob Cook.
Oh, that's a good thing. But I thought it was a good match. I thought it was the match of the night. I don't even like Gunther, and I didn't know much about the other guy. So there, I'm judging it based on just seeing last night because I don't watch NXT because the show's too long. You know, it's too long.
Yeah. Right. I look, Javon Evans, again, I'm a fan of his. I think that he is one of the best talents NXT has. He is really good in the ring. So that's what I'm going by, is how good he is in the ring compared to last night. Dr. Red, same question. Do you think just based on that match, if you were in charge, would you sign him to the main roster right now? Just based on that match.
Dead air. Hello.
I think we lost him.
Nope, I see him. Dr. Ray, can you hear me?
I had no sound here for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you hear me now?
That's old age. Get a hearing aid.
So you say you can hear now? Red, you there?
Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten us into.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right, man.
He's gone.
I'll answer the question, even though you didn't ask me, KG. Yes,
Yeah,
I would sign him. I mean, seeing the match last night, that's what I guess makes everything good. That we all have different opinions. I just think, because I didn't care. I didn't care for him in the beginning when he was in NXT. And the more I watched him, I liked him. So, he grew on me, and I watching him last night. I mean, his punches he threw at Gunther looked good. I thought he looked good. I would, if it was me, I'd sign him and bring him up.
Yep. George, again, same question. Just based on that match, would you sign him?
If I had no idea who he was, just that match, I would sign him just because he has the potential. If he looked sloppy, he still had a reaction from the crowd. He made Gunther look good. Gunther made him look good. So I would definitely sign him. Yeah.
Oh, he definitely had a reaction of crowd. I mean, at a certain point, the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." But can we really go according to the crowd chanting, "This is awesome"? I mean, let's just be out.
Yes.
No,
yes, we do.
Yeah.
By the way, I agree with Robbie. They should have let the kid win. Obviously, they didn't, and they're not going to for whatever reason. But I think it would have been a huge, like they did it with Kofi Kingston at the Garden that time. Remember, he fought all over. He did the splash to the top of the balcony to the table on somebody. I don't remember who he wrestled, but it made him. Remember that?
It was he broke the table with Randy Orton when he got.
Did he beat him too? Did he win?
I think he did win them.
Yeah,
I don't remember. That's the only part of the match I remember.
Imagine if they would have let Dolph win and let that kid win, then have them have a match, and then it would have been amazing.
Which
maybe call it Triple H.
Which brings me back to my next issue. Again, I knew that there was no way that they were letting this kid beat Gunther. No way. So again, this is another match that I'm like it was a giveaway who was going to win.
But at least you knew.
Calling Dr. Red, calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Mo, Dr. Larry.
So KJ, I will say this. I was happy that Javon Evans was booked for the show, but I was also pissed off that he had to wrestle Gunther. I'm like, fuck, Gunther's coming back. Now he's not going to win. As opposed to the solo LA Knight matches where like, man, it's got to be somebody that's been there before that hasn't been there in a while, but they can't win because they haven't been there. And that's pretty much what those three matches were. It's like you knew who was going to win, but it's just the shock and all of the two mystery things, and just hoping that it was going to be a good match and not a squash for Gunther.
Right. Dr. Ray, you back? You hear us?
You
Tyler.
son of a bitch.
Nope. Tyler, can you hear us?
That's it. He's not allowed to the Legends lunches ever again.
Change the podcast. Change the podcast to throwing the damn towel.
He's a mark for himself, and even he's not impressed.
So next we go backstage with AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley. AJ was seen talking privately. They interviewed AJ. We seen Stephanie. Oh, I'm sorry. We seen Maxxine Dupri with AJ. Maxxine Dupri said, "Thank you." AJ was said, "That's all you." When they tried to do a private interview with AJ, out came Rhea. We've seen her, Rhea, walk away. We obviously know what this means.
I tried to do a private interview with AJ too, but let's just say non-disclosure. I had to sign one of those things.
Yep. All right. One more time.
While CM Punk was walking around in the NXT locker room.
Yep. Yep. All right, Dr. Red, are you back with us?
Holy Boulder Dash.
Nope, my man, we can't hear you for some reason. What about now?
The mic icon is on his thing, so he can't. He's just out of it.
Yeah, you're unmuted and you're in, my man. You need to unmute your mic.
Can anybody hear me now?
Oh,
yes. There you go. There you go. So,
Still free.
To the question, based upon that match with Javon Evans and that match only, would you sign him to the main roster?
Anybody hear my voice?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can hear you. Now speak up and answer the question. For God's sakes, you're holding up the whole process, the whole show, the whole stinking internet is waiting with bated breath for you to speak.
Damn, this is lousy.
Well, you got one thing right of the whole night.
So we're talking about Javon Evans. Again, would you hire him to be in the main roster right now based on that match?
You know, these aren't hard questions. It's a yes or no answer, for Christ's sakes. Holy mackerel. You know, I wasn't feeling suicidal until tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lying. Yeah, it was. But that is something over the top.
All right. So we'll move on without him. So, all right. Again, the whole AJ Lee thing. Now, obviously, I know the answer is going to be yes. Were you guys happy to see AJ Lee back? Because I thought that. So, according to the reports that I've read, I even wrote something about it. WWE said things had changed. That was basically a one-off. Good for WWE for swerving us with that shit. I was happy to see her come back to WWE. So I think we're all in an agreement that she's definitely going to be added to WarGames, right?
No.
Yep.
No?
No.
I would think so. I would think so. Because you're looking for that fifth person.
I don't think they're going to put her in there simply because it's a match filled with danger. And she doesn't need that in her life at this point. A one-on-one with Becky would be more fun. Easier for her as someone who had neck surgery and blah, 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 blah. You know, why put her in a match where she might be compelled to do something stupid off the top or catch someone stupid off the top, catch some stupid weapon off the top, something off the top. She don't need that in her life. She needs me in her life. Punk, dump her.
George, you saying no? You don't think?
I didn't say no. That wasn't me. I was laughing at the no because I was like, why no? I mean, she's going to be in the match.
No.
But I think he's going to be in it. I mean, there's been weirder things happen. But Scott, besides you got Io Sky, she's going to jump off the top of the cage with the trash can.
True.
Anyway, you're going to have some risk taker in there. So she's got to do her trash can spot.
Yeah.
Just hopefully AJ's nowhere near when it happens.
Right. Robbie, WarGames?
Yeah, I think she's going to be in WarGames. So, but you did pass on one thing, and I'm going to bring it up and see if you guys saw it or not. So it was afterwards when Charlotte and Alexa were hugging, and Io looked at them and then started hugging Rhea Ripley. And did you see that? And Charlotte, she made Charlotte break character because Charlotte started laughing with it. I thought that was pretty funny because she did get her to break character.
Dude,
I forgot about that. You're right.
Charlotte
Yep, you're right. Next, we go to I guess you call it the main event. It's the whole interaction. They said that these two teams were coming face to face. Heyman division, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre were in the ring with Cody Rhodes, CM Punk. The Usos came out. Cody Rhodes came out, as I said, and it led to all of them fighting. And then we heard the music. Brock Lesnar came out. This is where things went a little goofy for me. I'm just being honest.
What?
So, just hold on.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
There was 18,433 people there. There could have been 18,642 if Paul Heyman wasn't there. Just thought I'd throw that in.
This is where they do things.
It's a fat joke.
They do things that make me scratch my head. They really do. And maybe a lot of fans don't catch this or think this deeply. It's professional wrestling. I do. Brock Lesnar came out. He basically kicked everybody's ass, even Cody Rhodes, right?
Yeah. Rightfully so.
But this is the thing. He even kicked Roman Reigns' ass for the most part. These are all guys that beat John Cena. We've seen Roman Reigns pretty much squash John Cena the last get-go, but yet
Roman?
the guys
don't you mean Brock?
I'm sorry, yeah, Brock Lesnar pretty much had a squash match, the Saturday Night Main Event. Last time we seen him in a match against John Cena. Now Roman Reigns is beating John Cena. So are we expected to believe that Roman Reigns can get the best of Brock Lesnar when John Cena's beating Roman Reigns? It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Well, but all he did was duck a move and Superman punch him. That's what you consider the best of him?
Yeah, but they also had Brock Lesnar kind of called away from Roman Reigns after he rolled out the ring.
Wait a minute. Who's the
last he hit him with a
person
Superman punch and did a flip bump and right out of the ring. I thought it was fantastic.
I even made a joke in the group chat I was in. I was like, oh, look at this. Brock Lesnar turned into Dolph Ziggler on that Superman.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
He sold the hell out of it. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
But KG, think about it. I mean, Roman Reigns did get the best of Brock Lesnar last time they fought. So is that really a stretch? Like, these are all
only one move.
Yeah, these are all superheroes in this match, other than Jimmy Uso. Like, he's the only lower end guy in this match, if you call it that. Again,
this is why it's a stretch to me. You just had him literally beat the snot out of John Cena. It was a squash match for the most part.
But this wasn't a match. It was one move. Brock charged Roman, he ducked, and Superman punched him. That's not getting the best. That's getting the upper hand, and he backed off and went back to the dressing room.
I guess. It's just
like security came out, and they said, Brock, you earned your $18,000. Get out of here.
It's one of those things.
No, I was going to say the funniest part of that thing is the cops show up when Roman Reigns gets the best of Brock, and right in front of the cops, CM Punk chokes out Logan Paul with a Singapore cane.
Yeah, that was great too.
I was laughing so hard. Roman CM Punk's committing murder over there.
That reminded me of the brawl to settle it all, the one with Roddy Piper and Hogan and all of them got into it, and the cops broke it up to set up WrestleMania 1. Remember that?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep. Now the rumors had been that it was going to be John Cena that was going to join in the WarGames. And obviously we knew at the beginning of the show. So, because I was honestly expecting John Cena to run down the aisle and they was going to use him twice on WarGames, which I would have been like, that's goofy if that's what they do. But it was Roman Reigns. Do you understand where I'm coming from when I say for myself, when you see a guy get the upper hand over a guy that had a squash match with John Cena, but yet Roman Reigns is someone that John Cena has beat. It just, I don't know. Yeah,
but look at it realistically. George Foreman destroyed Ken Norton. George Foreman destroyed Joe Frazier. Muhammad Ali had, all the way 15-minute rounds with Joe Frazier, and and Ken Norton beat Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Muhammad Ali destroyed George Foreman. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair point. Fair point. Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah.
It's anybody's night, anybody's day.
I see your point, but like what George said there, Roman beat Lesnar, in the last time they faced each other and everything. So, I mean, it's all, and plus it's professional wrestling. So,
Ta-da!
Anything goes. But this is what I did notice. And I don't know, maybe he didn't look like he had but when Brock was standing face to face with Roman looks like he's lost some weight.
I thought that too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to realize something.
Roman. What I got to realize, Bob?
When they're getting ready to go out for an actual match, they do push-ups, they do this, they got the oil on. In this situation, just stand in the back with a t-shirt on, you're not going to look the same. Everybody knows that. I even believe I know you as a bodybuilder once, and you didn't stand around backstage going, oh, it's my time to go on? Okay. You pumped up before you went out, and they do that before they go out for the actual match. It wasn't a match. It was just a, hello, I'm here.
Yeah, this is a...
Yeah, but I mean, he looks significantly smaller.
Looked to me like he had his something
when he was
like his
standing.
arm. Maybe he got some more tattoo work because he had his sleeve over that one arm.
Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, that wasn't. I mean, he just when he stood next to Lesnar, he looked.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, granted, but granted,
everybody.
But he looked smaller. He just
bring Solo out,
but
stand next to Lesnar, and he'll look small.
Omos is like the only wrestler in WWE that doesn't look small next to Brock Lesnar.
You guys brought
Roman held his own in there, but he just looked. He looked lighter. He looked like he had, like say 20 pounds lighter.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Now this is how fucking just goddamn
we've gone crazy.
Fucking basement dwellers are.
So that Dr. Red guy, Dr. Red caused the trouble.
I shit you not. This was on social media, and a lot of people were commenting on this. That Vince McMahon, they literally made a case arguing that Vince McMahon had a better eye for fashion than Triple H because Triple H now wants Roman Reigns coming out with one sleeve down and a short sleeve on the other side. And I went, are you kidding me? Like, this is what you guys are fucking arguing about.
I think he had tattoo work or something. That's the arm that has tattoos.
That's exactly right.
I don't know how that works. Robbie would know. Do you feel like you cover that stuff when it's brand new or something? I don't know.
Yeah. When it's fresh, you'll cover it. So if he had just had tattoo work, then he covered it. So he wouldn't mess it up.
I don't know. A compression sleeve is usually an injury or tattoo, but I don't
think
it
has
that
anything. Well, yeah, he used that arm pretty good. Both the Superman punches look great.
He had he usually has like the little like cargo or jogger pants, and he had all the regular like pants and didn't have like shoes that he could tuck the pants. Like it looked weird, like all together. He just had he looked like Jeff Hardy instead of like Roman Reigns last night.
Well, that's because they were all dressed differently than what they normally dress because they want to dress like they're coming out to go to war. This is WarGames, right? The only one that looked silly to me that was in clothes that were somewhat nice was fucking Cody Rhodes. I mean, you had the Usos dressed the way they were dressed. Roman Reigns.
Cody always dresses nice.
And then Cody Rhodes come out in, very nice sweats, that he's ready to go to war in. And I'm like, come on, dude.
That's how y'all.
Say you're bougie without saying you're bougie.
Does Cody ever go anywhere without a suit? I mean, the guy's he's a great representation for professionalism.
Logan Paul came up with it. Logan Paul had his like little shield looking vest, like his high fashion outfit. You talk about that. Cody looked like
Logan Paul.
Cody was in sweats. Like,
is Logan jacked or what?
Yeah, but
he's still. Yeah, but he looked like he wanted to be part of the Shield the way he's with that vest on and stuff.
I guarantee you that was probably a request by either Heyman or Triple H in a way to kind of mock the Shield.
I don't think so. I think it was more of probably a request from Seth Rollins sitting at home healing, going, "Hey, Paul, you should do this."
You should dress like this.
Come on, man! You don't like Seth Rollins? I thought you loved him.
Well, I don't have a problem with him. I think it was probably a call by Seth or someone. They don't give a crap. I don't think it was to shame the Shield or mock the Shield. I mean, maybe it was in a sense from a heel standpoint, but not like a. Not like an intentional, like, oh, let's mock the Shield. I mean,
No,
just,
I'm not saying mock the Shield as far as let's shit on the Shield. I'm talking about because
Okay.
Roman Reigns used to be part of the Shield,
yeah, it's possible.
and that's why he wore it, is what I'm saying. But, you know, going to the one thing I liked about Seth Rollins when he was part of the Vision was it did kind of calm down some of the ridiculous outfits that he wore. Now that he's not part of the Shield again, I guarantee you,
Coming back
we're going
with
to
the
be
clown
seeing
outfit.
him and Becky Lynch come out in the same outfit.
I don't know. Seth should be coming back as a baby face.
He is. That's what I'm saying. As a babyface, he's going to dress
He was
crazy
dressing
again.
outrageous.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was still dressing outrageous because I think I forgot what happened, but I think he was supposed to be a heel before Cody got injured, even though they had the little feud or whatever. So he just kept the same character and kept it going. And, you know, now we're back to that. And then he gets hurt again after he fakes the injury.
If I remember correctly, when they had Seth playing the Messiah gimmick, right, which in my opinion was terrible, but he actually was able to get it over to the point that fans started to pop for him. And from there, it kind of built to where, you know, he became this massive baby face. Go ahead, Bob.
What? I wasn't going to say, no, just
Oh,
scratch
go
my
ahead.
face. I go, oh, look.
Okay, go ahead, George.
No, I was about to say the Messiah gimmick, like during the pandemic, or you're talking like right before he started dressing crazy, like with the different suits and stuff.
During the pandemic.
Okay, I was going to say because the Messiah, I like that, but it was the pandemic was still all over the place. I mean, look at how many times the group changed.
Right. Right. Well, that's why I gave him props though, because during the pandemic, he was still able to get it over where fans actually started cheering him.
Yeah.
When he was supposed to be a heel.
And when he started dressing like that, when he did the Vision, I was like, oh crap, he's about to start wearing the one glove again because he started coming out in the jacket and I was like, oh, there we go. And then he doesn't do it. He comes out in crazy stuff.
Look, people, when it comes to Seth Rollins, you know, we can all make fun of the outrageous outfits he wears, which is fine. But I will never take away any credit that he deserves and that he has. I think he is a great talent. I really do. Yeah, his voice can get on my nerves at times. His laugh gets on my nerves at times. But that man has been able to, any gimmick they have given him, regardless if it was ridiculous or not, he's been able to do his job and get that gimmick over. And I personally think he is talented in the ring. Robbie, agree, disagree?
No, I agree. I think he's the best worker out of WWE. His problem is he just can't stay healthy. You know, he's injury prone. And you hate to see him go down. I mean, because he's such a great talent. You know, you're like, when I first saw him when he was with the Shield and everything, you could see he could work and everything. And you went, this kid's going to be really good. He'll be one of the top guys, provided he can stay healthy. And then all of a sudden you're seeing, you know, a run.
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit about him being injury prone, because I think in our heads, we still have the injury that was faked in our heads.
Well, not that one. I'm not talking about that one.
Okay.
But I'm talking about just his whole career. His whole career, you know, like he's just been injury prone. He'll have a run and then he's hurt. And they got to, you know, if they got to take the belt off of him, he's hurt.
Right.
I'm not talking about the injury. It's just but if you look through his whole career, he's been injury prone.
Yeah.
You know, you take the fake one out of there, but he's still been injury prone all throughout his career, which is a shame because, you know, he's just such a great talent.
Right. Bob, do you think that, you know, based upon what Robbie's saying, and I can see the point that he's making, do you think that Seth Rollins unfortunately may have a shorter career because he is injury prone?
No. I think he'd just come back from each injury and do the best he can. He's definitely one of the best they got. I wouldn't say he's the best, but one of the best. I really don't know who the best is. Does the best even exist? No, it's all a matter of an opinion, but he's certainly one of the best.
And you or Robbie could answer this, though. When you have a talent that is injury prone, at some point, don't they stop kind of pushing him?
I don't know. It
it
depends on
seems
the
like
person.
sometimes it's a curse. You know, you get injury prone, as you know, you see the promotion kind of not push them that much, and eventually kind of disappear.
Well,
Now,
I guess
I
it
think
depends on what they meant to the company before they get injured each time.
Right. Robbie?
right. Well, and I mean, like Bob said, I think it depends on who it is. You know,
Right.
because I mean, we've
they've
seen some people come and go from all the organizations, and
they
they
fired
start
people
to get
because of it.
Yeah.
right. And just depending, I guess it's like depending what you have done for the company, who you are, and stuff like that. So I guess each individual is different.
I think Chelsea Green was injury prone for a while, and she seemed to not be getting as injured as she was. But
Well, she got cut. And that's why she got cut. She broke her arm when she came
Right,
back,
right.
and then it
So-
while she was hurt, and then she came back, and now she's one of the best, on-screen entertainers they got.
Yep. George,
Yep.
do you consider yourself one of the best that WWE has?
Absolutely. When it comes to the aspect of, like you said, he can make the best out of everything they give him. Being one of those old Ring of Honor guys that didn't exactly turn over to the AEW side when all of that stuff started coming up. He's always been a Triple H guy, so he's always known how to walk the line of still being a good wrestler and a sports entertainer. So I mean, he's full package. He may not be the guy everybody wants at the top, but he's definitely deserving of it because he's shown he can do it.
Right. Last question. Let's go back to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Do you guys expect to see them next week on Raw for the go home show, or was this one of those things that they were out? They made their appearance. They're out. We know it's gonna be announced. They're gonna be part of WarGames, but we won't see them again until WarGames. Robbie?
They probably use them in a small segment again.
Yep.
I would
George?
think you'd see them in a small segment just to keep the interest going.
Yep. I agree. George?
I'm gonna say no. I would see Roman being on the show, but not Brock. But if they do, same as Robbie said, small segment. But I'm surprised because that's one rumor I heard long before all of this started. It went along with the John Cena thing because I thought they were gonna have a payoff to John Cena getting squashed. I thought him and Brock were gonna be in WarGames, and then John Cena's not, and I thought Brock Lesnar wasn't gonna be, but apparently, just like everything else, the internet wrestling community is wrong. So I'm surprised to see him in it. I'm happy he's in the match, and I don't expect to see him next week, other than maybe, have Paul Cease talking to him on the phone.
Right. Bob?
No, I don't think either one will be there next week. But I would like to recommend doing yourselves a favor and go on YouTube and go down the rabbit hole of cell phone footage of last night's show. Man, there's some great footage on there showing the chaos all at once instead of switching the cameras on the live show. Right. And it's just craziness. It's fantastic. It really is. And there's even one part, which I don't know if it showed up on the show, where it looked like CM Punk hit Braun Breaker with a kendo stick in the back of the head, and he freaking whipped his ass into like a belly to belly outside the ring. I don't know if that was on the show. I don't remember, but I saw it on the cell phone footage. It was like, holy shit. Because it was like aggressive, like he got pissed. Because he sold that, I don't know if he sold the shot, but it was like, took the shot and instantly picked Punk up and fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Several different versions.
Last night's show again. When it first started, I was like, but by time from bell to bell, it was a good show. I had my little nitpicks, but that's exactly what they are. I would give the show a B+, to be honest with you, George.
I actually give the show an A because I've seen on Facebook where I got friends who are wrestling fans, but they're more casual watchers. They're not hardcore like us. But like even they were saying they loved the show last night. So I give it an A because they this could have been the go home show for Survivor Series. We could get total shit next week.
Right. And that's what I'm afraid of, actually. Bob?
I agree with George. I say an A, but that should have been the go home show. I mean, God, they have to do something next week because I was not going to watch Survivor Series because I'm not paying ESPN. Of course, Michael gave us the inside Iggy, boop, boop, so I'm going to watch it anyways now, and I'm excited to watch it. Well, I wouldn't say excited because I get this heart problem, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
Right. Robbie?
I'm gonna give it A+. I mean, it was just I thought it from start to finish, it was good. I mean, granted you had your surprise matches, but you figured out who was gonna win, but they were good matches. I mean, everybody worked hard. Card was good. Basically all the segments were good.
And didn't we have less Adam Pearce on this week's show where he's doing this? Okay, you're going to face him. You're going to face her. I mean, we don't need that shit.
And by the way, I'm glad you brought that up because maybe I miss it. I don't know. But did they have Adam Pearce drawing?
I don't remember.
No,
I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, I think the 2 matches on SmackDown are the last 2.
Because we'll see. Yeah. Because I was like, did I miss that? Because I don't remember it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm predicting Gunther is going to take the whole thing. But we'll see. Guys, tomorrow, Brian Idol, the NWA television champion, is going to be on the podcast. We're going to be talking about what he had to say about AEW that made wrestling news everywhere about their new title they're bringing in, the National Championship title.
Talk about childish bullshit. Who gives a crap when other companies have champion? Come on.
Tell you why. I disagree with you, and I'll tell you why.
AEW has a world champion too. We got to get all upset about that.
Nope, it's different, and I'll tell you why. If they're bringing in a title, they call it the National Championship title. I don't care about that. Is the fact that Tony Schiavone got in the ring and listed a name of the list of people who has held that title, which are all NWA people, right? Over the past 30, 40 years, the fact that they're representing that title to be the title they're bringing in, that's the issue. Because as a fan of professional wrestling, history matters to me. It really does. And it bothers me, as much as I love AEW, it bothers me that they're bringing in a belt, that they're not affiliated with the company that has the history of those people who held that belt. That's my issue with it. And I think that's Brian's issue with it as well. I just think it's disrespectful. I really do. If you want to bring in a title, we call it the National Championship title, I don't give a fuck. Because as you brought up, right? Every company has the world title, blah, blah, blah. Cool, not a problem. But it's when you start trying to link the history to a company that has been around as long as NWA has been around, and you're going to act like you're part of that, that's my issue. Rob, and let's talk about this for a second. Robbie, because you and I talked about this. Do you agree or disagree?
Right. No, I agree. I agree
now because I didn't know they were doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also agree you should interview Brian's girlfriend because she's hot. And I was at a show a couple weeks ago and she fell on me and she smelled amazing. Sorry, Brian, it's true. You should know. She's your freaking girlfriend, but holy crap.
Yep. George, what about you, man? Does history matter?
Yes, history matters. Number 2, I didn't know they were doing that. I knew about the belt, but I don't watch AEW as much as you do, so I had no idea they were doing all of that.
Low blow.
I ain't saying that on the air, but
right.
No, that's right. George doesn't watch AEW. But I think history matters, and they shouldn't have a belt that the company technically still exists and represents on their show. That would be like WWE saying, "Hey, we got the TBS title, and here's who all won it." Guess what? We got that belt here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you copy a belt from the same.
They probably do have the originals though, because they own all the WCW stuff.
Yeah, they got, and that's what I'm saying. Like the WWE history has a bunch of WCW belts probably in their archive, but they're not gonna reinvent a belt that another company has currently. Like they could easily say the TNA belt's theirs, but it's not. But that's what AEW is doing. And I didn't know they were doing that either, but again, I was like, that belt was just like the same one.
AEW is trying to bring prestige to a title that they don't have prestige for.
Well, they need to build their own titles. And it really bothered me that it was Tony Schiavone that was talking about this in the ring. And I get he's just doing his job, but it's Tony Schiavone represented NWA for many years.
Talk about a corporate ass kisser.
And I want to know. I'll never find out, but I want to know. Did Tony say, Tony Schiavone tell Tony Khan, you should be doing this because, or did Tony Schiavone not give a shit? And that's an issue. It'd be the same thing with JR.
He shouldn't give a shit.
I don't think Tony Schiavone gave a shit. That's my personal opinion about it. He seems like, I mean, we know he is. Me and Bob know he is. He's a smug little asshole. Arrogant that thinks he's above everybody else. That's my personal opinion about him. I saw how he acted when I was in WCW. He acted like he was somebody special. He wasn't special. I mean, and to me, I think he's one of the worst freaking announcers there is. I thought he was one of the worst back then, and he's gotten worse over the year. When they say Hall of Fame, proves my point. That Hall of Fame doesn't mean anything because half your guys in there aren't worth a shit.
Who's in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's in
Tony
the Hall
Schiavone's
of Fame.
not in the Hall of Fame.
Tony Schiavone. Yeah, he's
what Hall of Fame?
Whatever they. I don't know what Hall of Fame. I thought they said Hall of Famer or whatever.
Well, he ain't in the WWE Hall of Fame.
No, that's my damn sure.
No.
Yeah, that's,
No.
it's a good thing, man. If Mark was part of this podcast right now, he would lose his mind. Tony Schiavone's the worst announcer because he hates Michael Cole, and I think it's funny.
I was about to.
Oh, Michael Cole's Michael Cole's so much better than Tony Schiavone. Holy crap!
KD, I was so about to bring it up. We were talking about Seth Rollins earlier. He hates Seth Rollins.
Yep.
We're talking about Tony Schiavone. He loves Tony
At least
Schiavone.
when Michael Cole's calling the action, you actually believe he's into it. Whereas Tony Schiavone's cadence, I guess you'd call it, is so phony, and his phony enthusiasm. It's like the worst.
And that's the thing. Michael Cole is
right. I mean,
with Triple H running the show, you can tell Michael Cole's doing a lot more and feel way better than when. And no, if you like Vince, you like Vince. But like since Vince is gone, you can tell Michael Cole's had a lot different attitude. With Triple H just kind of let him talk. Yeah, you don't have the constant bickering in your ear about what to say or how to say.
Yep. Go ahead, Robbie.
He ain't no Jim Ross, but then again,
we won't say. No, like your greatest ones were like Gordon Soley, Jim Ross,
Bob Cotto, who just passed away,
Lance Russell. But like
Lance,
yes, but I mean, when you got to like, let's say the newer era, and God only knows where the dude was. I thought he was great. Was Joey Styles from ECW? He had he was very good. He just the stuff, the way he came off. He brought you up, he brought you down, he did whatever. I thought he was one of the best.
That Mamma Mia guy was good too. He just had so much enthusiasm. Mamma Mia.
Yeah,
and also an underrated one, Rod Trungard from the AWA. Very underrated.
Yeah, being someone that grew up watching Mid-South Wrestling, who's affiliated with NWA, they've represented the title, Ric Flair, they've come to different territories to defend it.
Lloyd Pierce.
Yep. I took offense. I did. I took offense whenever. And again, I'm an AW fan, but it's raw what they're doing. It really is. But Brian's going to be here talking about it because he wasn't shy about it. He went on social media and it exploded. It went everywhere. So we're going to be talking about this tomorrow.
You mean someone might actually tune into NWA after all this hubbub? They all thought NWA was dead. What? It's on the Roku. I don't have Roku.
Yeah, NWA is on Roku. They're on Roku channel, and they actually have a pretty decent following. I like NWA. I still watch it.
Can you prove that?
Can I prove it?
Can you prove they have a following?
Sure, I'll go look up the ratings.
I mean, they used to have YouTube where they had literally 3 billion potential watchers, and they might have got 100,000 views once in a while. It's not a huge following.
Well, I mean, 100,000. It's more than AW sometimes.
It's more than us.
Come on, getting carried away on that one.
I will fire your ass right now.
That is more than us.
We've just not been discovered yet.
Yeah, we're the diamond in the rough.
Anyway, guys, I will wrap up this podcast tonight. Again, join me tomorrow night for Brian Ido.
Well, let me just first say that me and Robbie Ido actually worked for the NWA. Mm-hmm. So there, Brian Ido.
Yeah,
we got pictures to prove it.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of that.
No, not renting pictures. Got video, but
Subscribe to the podcast, guys, and don't forget about Brian out tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. We will be back on Thursday to discuss AEW. It'll be myself, Idol, Robbie Idol, and
I may be there. I may not be there. Depends on what time I get home from training the guys down and put on Thursday.
When are you going to get Austin Idol on? Brian Idol works for the NWA. Doesn't Austin Idol work for the NWA?
Yeah, he does.
What about a triple threat of idols?
That's too confusing.
But then you get the real idol, Billy Idol, then you got something.
I have a shit in ring. You want me to bring 3 idols on? Are you crazy?
No, Billy Idol. Got to get Billy Idol, make it a foursome.
Yeah, Billy Idol stole that name from all the rest of us. Billy Idol stole that name from Austin Idol.
Yeah, I bet you can look that up as a falsity.
Right? Hey, Austin Idol was way before Billy Idol.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, Austin Idol was before Billy Idol.
No, he wasn't. We're going to have to dig into this.
Yes, he was.
Situation.
Well, we're going to solve this right now.
Do it right now.
Who came first?
Austin Idol was way before Billy Idol.
He may have become famous in the wrestling business before Billy Idol became famous in the music business, but I guarantee you Billy Idol was using that name before Austin Idol, because Austin Idol was Mike McCord, his real name. Then he got in that plane crash with that idiot. Oh, no, I won't say idiot, Buddy Cole, but and that Gary Hart and all them. But then he went Austin Idol.
Right.
Like around 1977
before Billy Idol. That was still
before Billy Idol became famous, but I bet you he was calling himself Billy Idol.
Nope. Austin Idol was first.
What?
Yep. Yep.
How much first? Cooke?
Austin Idol became Austin Idol in 1978 versus Billy Idol became Billy Idol in the early 80s.
I don't believe that.
You know why he don't believe it? Because he's wrong. Bob don't want to be wrong.
Hey, I was wrong about Donald Trump. I said he was a decent human being. Come on.
You didn't believe that when you said it.
That's true.
Oh man, guys!
Well, at least I don't got any friends named Bubba. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do, but no, wasn't that close of a friend, though.
I mean, sure. This podcast, I knew it was about time before it went off the rails again tonight. So, guys, again, subscribe to the podcast. Catch us tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central. Catch us again on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. to catch the recap of AEW with myself and Michael, and as well as Rob Idol. Better be here. Don't make me treat you like I did Mark, man.
Okay.
Hey, thanks to Michael, I'm going to watch AEW tomorrow night. So you never know who might pop up on Thursday.
Yeah, hopefully Bob Cooke and maybe George Strong will sit and watch AEW just to be on Thursday.
I'm sure he wants to get to the bottom of this whole national title thing.
Yeah.
Putin is sitting there any day going to push the buttons, and we're worried about the national title.
All right, so I may be late.
That's fine.
On Thursday, I may be late. Okay.
He's still my gimmick, dude. He's still my gimmick. I'm the person that's not sure if I'm going to be on the show or not. Robbie's supposed to be here every time.
Well, I know. I come down in Englewood. I was coming to train guys, so I'm going down to help train. So
you're going to train guys?
Practice short then, just so I can come back to be on the podcast.
What, are you going to be down there with that Dana guy?
Yeah, I'll be down there with Dana and
yeah. I like that guy. He's cool.
All I know is this: if WWE Monday Night Raw got an A+, I am sure that we will all say that Wednesday Night Dynamite is going to be an A++ show. And on that note,
probably have Megan Baines, so it's definitely something.
No. I disagree on that one. I think that you're coming off of blood and guts. I have a feeling we're heading for we'll be lucky we get a C.
Yeah, probably so. And on that note, guys, you guys have a great night.